Fans have been waiting for a follow-up to Black Panther ever since the release back in 2018. However, that eager anticipation turned into heartbreak in the summer of 2020, when the film's lead hero, Chadwick Boseman, passed away after a private battle with cancer. And today, we're finally here to talk about the sequel of the franchise, how things are going, take a first look into things, and everything we know so far. Enjoy. Development. Black Panther 2 is set to start filming in 2021 to continue the legacy left by the history-making first movie. After the news broke in August last year, the death of Chadwick Boseman at the age of 43, the whole industry and the fans mourned, and all the plans for the sequel, which was announced way back in October of 2018, were understandably put on hold after this untimely death. However, recent news show that Marvel Studios are starting to develop the sequel again and deciding how to proceed with the story without Boseman, who was one of the reasons that helped make the movie into a record-breaker and legacy-defining hit. First bits and pieces of information came in the form of the sequel's title, Black Panther: Wakanda Forever. Yes, this is the official title of the movie, there's not a doubt about it. And it was confirmed that this movie will be part of the Phase 4 of the Marvel Cinematic Universe.
You froze.
You speak nothing of this day.
Yes.
The role of T'Challa. After everything has settled, it was officially confirmed by Marvel Studios that in the honor of Chadwick Boseman and his presence in the first movie, his role will not be recast or digitally replicated in some way, and that instead the second movie will put its focus more on Wakanda and the many rich characters introduced in the first film, just like the title suggests, but more on that later. Kevin Feige doubled down on this confirmation for Chadwick's character, adding a little bit more information about the second movie, saying that so much of the comics and that first movie is the world of Wakanda, there's a lot more further exploration towards the characters of this world, both of which will be the ultimate focus of the movie. The cast also had a few words about the topic, and they all came together, saying that it's going to be a hard one, there will be a lot of difference now that the king is gone. Going back to that world will definitely be weird, however, they're all dedicated to reimagining and carrying on his legacy in the next sequel coming up. The cast also shared their excitement towards Coogler, who came with really exciting ideas that everyone looks forward to bringing to life.
What's up? I never yielded! And as you can see, I am not dead!
Ryan Coogler returning. It was also announced back in December 2020 that Ryan Coogler is returning to direct the second movie, and that he's working hard on the script with all the respect and love for the genius Chadwick has, giving a great solace, furthering the mythology and inspiration of Wakanda. In an interview when Coogler got asked about the sequel of the franchise, he said that he had never done a sequel up until now, especially not to something he has directed, thus there's going to be a lot of pressure on him, but that he's going to give it all his best and just focus on the work, just like he has done so far. Marvel also said that when the crew behind the movie was kept intact and that the sequel was never in any real doubt, which is always a good thing to hear.
It's just like riding a hoverbike.
Well, you guys have hover bikes?
Good luck, Agent Ross!
Yeah, I don't know what I'm
We're
doing
counting on you.
with this.
Black Panther 2 release date and trailer. The first announcement about the sequel came that it is going to release on May the 6th, 2022, but then the passing of the king came and everything understandably got delayed, and now the official release date for the movie as it stands is to be on July the 8th, 2022. According to some sources, the filming of the sequel should start in Atlanta sometime in July 2021, a process which would last for 6 months moving onward. However, this was the news that came before the release date delay, so it's still unclear if this will still be the case. There are currently 4 movies planned for release in 2022, with Black Panther: Wakanda Forever joined by Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness on March 25th, Thor: Love and Thunder on May the 6th, and The Marvels on November 11th. As for a trailer or an official footage of some sort, even if the July 2022 release date doesn't change, we should not expect anything until late 2021, which is quite alright since the movie hasn't gone into production yet. With that in mind, other than the new little title design changes, these are all the news about this segment.
I will get Nakia out as quickly as possible.
Just don't freeze when you see her.
What are you talking about?
Black Panther 2 cast. As we said before, it has been confirmed that the sequel will honor the legacy of Chadwick Boseman and that the role will not be recast or digitally edited in one way or another. And although the exact plot details for the sequel are not announced yet, it seems like the next visit to Wakanda will spend more time with the range of characters from the kingdom while also exploring the mythology of Wakanda more deeply. In the comics, Shuri has taken on the mantle of the Black Panther, and fans are calling for the movie to have a similar approach, but this was quickly negated, as it never came into question. Thus, from these facts alone, we're bound to see Lupita Nyong'o, Letitia Wright, Winston Duke, and Angela Bassett in the sequel and reprise their roles as Nakia, Shuri, M'Baku, and Ramonda, respectively. Wright has been set to take on a more prominent role for the sequel, so we'll see more screen time for her. Tenoch Huerta, Narcos star, is in talks to play one of the villains in the sequel. On the other hand, it's still unclear if Danai Gurira and Daniel Kaluuya will return as Okoye and W'Kabi, but it's highly likely that they will eventually get confirmed soon. However, Martin Freeman has already been confirmed for his return as CIA agent Everett Ross. Michael B. Jordan's intense and troubled villain Eric Killmonger could also be in for a return, potentially in flashbacks, now that we know that all of the rich and varied characters are going to get a little more light.
I want it. Hey, I have her. Don't move. I will shoot. Wallahi, I will shoot her right now.
Black Panther 2 plot. One of the first details we got for the plot, which also stands very firmly, came from Ryan Coogler, the director of both the first movie and the sequel. And that is that he wanted to explore what T'Challa would be like growing into his role as a king, especially given how different the character is in the comic books. Now that the role of T'Challa is not being recast, the focus of the sequel will be thrown to a deeper exploration of the world of Wakanda. The history of the kingdom will be explored, a story which could also serve as a starting point if there are ever talks about a prequel in the future instead. That is, if there ever comes a path in this direction. Towards the end of the first movie, we saw T'Challa taking the herb again and encountering his father, where he tells his father, T'Chaka, how he screwed up, and that he wants to change how things are done right now. This is the moment where all of the ancestors come to support his decision. This could also be a direction in which the plot might go, exploring more about the ancestors' story. Who was Bashenga, the first king of Wakanda? What was his story? How was he like? And also who's the third left behind T'Chaka? This would also be a cool detail the movie might reflect on. Nothing is concrete, so we'll have to wait and see how things turn out.
Just bury me in the ocean with my ancestors that jumped from the ships, because they knew death was better than bondage.
On a related note, tell us down in the comments below which of the characters from the first movie you want to get more screen time and why. And also don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon if you'd like to see more videos like this in the future. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you next time.